Yes.
Let's have try it again.
What's
Let's see if this works.
okay? Everyone is ready. Everyone's readying up now.
Well, so far so good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's already a longer live stream than the last one. So I think we should be good.
All right.
Let's just
I'll let you
post the.
do the. Yeah.
Yeah,
When the
I'll just
stream
post
starts, I'll let you
the.
do the introduction.
All right. I'll just post the link in the chat. And
Okay.
then we'll go on.
You're doing it on your YouTube channel.
No, it's on the official channel. It
Okay.
somehow it miraculously worked. Hopefully it doesn't stop during the race because I've had that happen before as well.
Right.
And we should be done, I think.
Oh, we're live now.
Yes, we are. We are live for round 9 of Division 2. We're here at Silverstone. Hopefully, we're gonna have a great race here. And this is
Ooh,
interesting.
so we have some rain during qualifying, so this is going to be really tricky when it comes to strategy.
Um, it will be. I'm mostly interested whether this rain will be with us for the race as well. So if anyone can post that in the chat, then that would be good.
Yeah, if anyone has information about that, do let us know because because there should be an option to where you can check out the race condition as well in the pits.
I mean, people definitely have information.
Yeah.
Well, so let's just wait for people to
Yeah.
get out on
Looks
track.
like looks like we're gonna have a wet qualifying and a dry race by the looks of it.
Oh, alright, so.
A
I
little
mean,
disappointing, but
it is. We were talking before starting this live stream, Ghost and I, that we would have wanted to see some rain in the race, just to make it a little bit more interesting. But, alas, we'll have to deal with this. And people are coming out on track with the intermediates on. Sarja, I think, is the first one to go out. Yes, he is.
okay. Actually, Campbell, he's actually up in the first. He's probably gonna do his first set.
Ooh. Well, thanks for noticing. Speaking of Sarja, I listened to a bit of the Division 1 live stream before we started, and he did say that he did not practice at all. I mean, not at all, but just he did a couple of laps. So I want to know what Sarja can do around here, especially during
Yeah.
a wet qualifying session. But then again,
Well, here in Silverstone, it's kind of hard to say because you can still do very decent without practicing, but also if you don't practice, you're not going to learn where you should be braking, where you should be learning double throttle, lifting up, etc. So if you don't really put the time into it, you're not having full knowledge of the track.
and the thing is,
But
if you didn't practice and your first lap around Silverstone is in these conditions, just wet qualifying session, it's not gonna be good for you.
no, I'm not, and that's what I was meaning because if you don't know what corners you should be lifting up or braking heavily, then you're just going to be losing a lot of time.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and here, time is the essence.
Well, I think everywhere time is your friend.
Well,
But yeah, looking at
Well,
Campbell, these conditions seem to make him struggle a bit.
doesn't. Yeah, he went a little wide in turn one. Let's see if he'll do any better on the rest of the track.
Well, going wide at turn one at least doesn't mean you get invalidated, which can happen. Just over here in the next corner, that cops, which is it's a bit weird because you do lose time by going wide, and you get your lap invalidated. So
Oh yeah, but but
let's go through Maggots here. Pretty safe run into Beckett's. And now exiting
actually
through
goes through it
Chapel.
very well.
He is. I think he is really playing it safe. To be honest, this is definitely not his quickest lap. Just to get up the
no.
track.
He won't. I think he just wants to have a very decent, safe time before he actually starts going out, like going all out. Because if you just go all out and you end up spinning, you're not going to have a time for qualifying.
Exactly.
At 1:39.
And he actually does put in a really good time in the wet, I would say. 1:39.0.
Yeah, quite
Mackin.
impressive. And an Adventure's machine was only behind him by 1.5 seconds, which is not too terribly bad.
Bree has retired. Where was that?
Uh, if I have to guess, it might have been the. Oh, I saw him pitted, and Surga just spins out before the straightaway on turn. I believe that was turn 2. Not something you want to look.
We have yellows in the final sector. Yeah, so people, I think people are struggling a bit. Still not sure where
Bree, as I saw, looks like he might have. Looked like he pitted in the wall through the rigorous turns of the chicanes, but I could be wrong. I only saw a glimpse of it.
Well, that's unfortunate. So we have somebody retire without setting a lap here, which is always bad to see. But it will give him an interesting challenge for the race. Just last to first, maybe. Who knows?
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to tell for right now, but yeah, it should be quite interesting. And Campbell actually improving.
Wow.
Into a
38.5.
Very impressive.
And we have Caesar just 7 thousandths of a second in front of Campbell. Really
These
close.
are very impressive times, especially in these conditions.
YHYY, 4 tenths up. Yeah, we have some quick guys in Division 2, so it shouldn't be a surprise. Past us,
yes.
just into turn 18, and he goes across the line. 139.7. That puts him up to 6th place.
I'm gonna hop on board with Sterling, see what he's gonna do. Going
just exiting out of cops. It's a good run through Maggots. Really clean through Beckett's as well. And now on the hanger straight. Sterling is the one. I think he won last time, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe he did. Ago? I only saw glimpses of the last stream.
Yeah, my memory is terrible at the moment.
That's
well kept there by Sterling, and he goes second fastest, 38.4. Lost a bit of time there, but he can definitely improve on that.
He was very impressive until the very last corner, because last corner looked like he just lost his rear end a little bit, but still though in P2 with that little mistake, that's still very impressive.
Caesar goes fastest, 37.9. Looking on board with shape, just heading into what is this? Is that turn 6? Yeah,
Oh, it's time jumping up to P3 with the Toro Rosso. Very good run from him.
Oh yeah, that's Wave, yeah. I was just looking at his name and I got a bit surprised. I thought we have a new driver, but it is Wave Intel. Yeah, the PSN name changes are really hard to handle, even after a few weeks have passed. So shape
The one
now.
thing that The
Yeah,
one
go on.
thing that makes me nervous is the exit of the pit lane, because if you're not very careful, you might be blocking people who are doing their time lap. Unfortunately, that did happen with me with mine, and unfortunately, we ran out of time before I could put in another lap. But
Well, people should just be careful. There's nothing else to say.
yeah, I mean, there's always two sides of the same coin.
People want us to make some predictions for this race, and to be honest, I'm not really sure what to say. Um, I think Sterling is the clear favorite here, since
Oh,
he's shown his pace in the last couple of races as well.
if
So
he does not win, he will definitely be in the top three. That will be my prediction. Not trying to play favorites or nothing, but looks like. But I think Caesar will also have a very good race himself if he actually starts off pretty well. Because if you start off very well, then you can have a huge advantage for most of the majority of the race.
yeah, the thing is, with it being a dry race, it's hard to tell. If the race was wet, then I would have went for Caesar to win it, because he proved that he's a really good driver in these conditions.
Oh yeah. The name is Zero's about to put in his time. Let's see where he goes. Oh, actually,
He's just starting his lap. We'll be back with him.
yep.
I was on board with Sarja, who's is on a fast lap. Hopefully, he manages to finish this one. I would like to say that Tegabi has a good chance here. Ooh, and
I
Sarja.
said, ooh, it's going very, very wide on that turn, and I, and that turn is really not hard to go very wide on, especially if you put yourself in the wrong gear.
It's easy to go wide, especially. I think he just tried to avoid locking up mainly, uh,
He
since he went really
probably went
slowly through there.
probably went too aggressive.
Yeah, yellows in sector one. I think that is Sarja.
No, that's Tegabi. He's letting way for time drivers.
Just in the Force India of Zero. He is
Yep.
on the hanger straight. Clips the grass a little bit there, but it's not that much of a problem. Overall, a clean entry to turn 15. Now, just 3 corners left to go. 16, 17, and the last one
Not
at
the
turn 18.
not the best of exits.
Not the best, but
141 or 140.1.
he goes in 7th. Ooh, and
There.
Shape just hit the wall.
Oh no.
So the other Force India just lost his front wing.
Serga just got out of the straight. I was gonna see what time he places himself in.
This looks good from Sarja. And he is starting his lap again.
Crosses the line. Oh, he still has it. Still doesn't have a time.
Right,
Or I
so
might be. Or I might
Sterling
be
is
looking
leaving
at it wrong.
the pits. Caesar is on track on his quick lap, so let's just look at him. This is it's a pretty interesting grid so far.
Yep.
I wouldn't have expected.
Right for right now.
way,
right
for
now we
example, to
have
be in fourth.
yes. For right now, the top three we have Sterling, Caesar, and YH. I'll just call him YH for commentary purposes.
Yeah, that's fine. He won't get mad. I mean, he's not listening to this right now, I think. His brother might be watching
Sort
us.
Got a yellow in sector 3. I wonder what that would be.
Doesn't look like anything, just people letting other people through, I guess.
Yeah, might be someone who's getting out of the way.
Let's see where Caesar comes. Can he improve with this lap? Just one corner to go. And he is starting his lap.
That Ton just goes on the gravel in turn 1. That is not good.
And Saja goes third. Ooh, Ben.
That's it. Oh, and Ben with the fastest lap with a 1:37.4, just knocking his teammate out from the pole.
We'll have to see what Sterling does because he has just exited the pits. He is the
He's
man
definitely
to
gonna
watch.
He's a man that likes to do counterattacks.
I want to see where Mark comes. This is his comeback race since he wasn't here last week due to a well-deserved race ban that was given by the stewards for incidents that happened at Canada. Anyone on lap? Let's look at Tiggerby. Goes really wide per cups. That might be invalidated. I'm not sure.
Yeah, seems about it.
I think this is his preparation lap though. Yes, he is putting some heat into the tires.
Yeah.
I think Mackin might be on lap. He's going rather quickly to the Beckett complex.
Let's see if Ben here makes any improvements of his time. And ooh, losing the back end like in the exit of the last turn.
That tends to happen. We've seen that a lot here in this qualifying session.
Especially in these conditions.
Yeah. And Saja.
Oh, wow! What happened there?
He
just clips the wall.
Yeah, he just hit the wall.
And
then retires.
And
where was that?
Ben, he might just retire because he probably don't think he can improve, or just something happened.
I think he might have gone into the pits and retired there because I didn't see anything, any yellow flags or anything for him.
Oh, he might. Looks like he just might retire because I just see him like pitted in the grass from the first straightaway.
Oh,
doesn't look like there was any damage, so he might just have retired on track.
Which is something that people should not do, but alas, we're not here to judge these sort of incidents. We're just here to commentate. So now on board with Sterling. He is on his lap. Mackin retires. I think he hit the wall somewhere. I don't think that was on purpose. Let's just look at Sterling. Ooh, a bit wide into turn 16.
Caesar just losing it.
He
and
still does get pole position.
Sterling.
He is on provisional pole with a 37.0. Who else do we have? YHYY is on a lap.
Ton is also on his lap. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, but
Yeah, we just call him Wave, since
wait,
that was
okay.
his last name, his last PSN username. Here we go, the Sauber of YHYY, making its way into club, as people call them, the final three corners, and he goes third
Ooh,
fastest. Not enough to challenge Sterling for the pole position.
alright.
Can
And
can anyone else
riding on
just
board with
improve?
riding on board with Campbell because let's see if he'll improve from his time.
Let's see, the first man on track. Can he be the first man of this qualifying as well? He goes third fastest.
And knocks out YH for third. Very impressive.
And now Mark is the only one making his way into the pit
Oh,
lane,
he has
and
some
that is our
front wing
qualifying
damage. So yeah,
session.
he's. Yep.
So we have a Red Bull 1-2 with Sterling West and Ben starting on the front row. Campbell in third with YHYY closely behind him. We have the two Williams guys of Sarja and Caesar. And then Wave Intel, Shape, Mackin, Bastos in 10th. Tiggleby, Zero, Mark, and unfortunately Bree, who did not set a lap.
I bet the Red Bulls are jumping out of their seats for this one.
Well, uh, you shouldn't hurry up with that sort of stuff. We still have a long race to go, and
Oh,
there are a few guys that can definitely challenge um, the two Red Bulls for the win.
there. Yep.
Well, this was an interesting qualifying session. Sterling, of course, not much of a surprise there. We knew he was really quick, and he proved it. So got pole position. But there are some people like Tiggerby, for example, starting in 11th. I think he won't be quite pleased with that, and I think he'll definitely make up some places in the race.
Yeah, I can see him gaining some positions in the first lap, if not the first turn. But well,
Hopefully,
we will have
these guys can keep it clean into the first corner, because there are a few incidents prone to happen if you're not careful.
oh, oh for sure.
It will be interesting to see what strategy these guys choose, because everyone has a free choice of strategy. I would think they would all go for the soft to medium strategy, but I might be mistaken.
Uh, Definitely gonna be a lot of one stop strategies from soft to mediums, definitely. Well, but if there is going to be a lot of damage going to happen in this race, I will we will have to see if there'll be anyone who'll be switching to the hard compounds, which I highly doubt it.
I don't think the hard compound is that much of a problem for a driver, because
Yep.
if you bit early, you're definitely gonna take those hards to the end. And
Yeah.
granted, you
So we
do
got
lose some speed, but you know.
yeah. We got Tiggy, Mark, and Bree is here, all with the medium compound tires, and the rest of the grid with soft compounds, which
Yeah, so
is
just as
which is
expected, pretty
oh yeah,
much.
it's not a very bad setup, especially if all you want to do is just have distance instead of speed.
Well, it might actually work out for them because having your last stint on the soft tires, you're gonna be really quick. And we've had that happen in Division 3 where I think Adri uh, was on that reverse strategy, and he did manage to almost pull it off. You definitely are a lot quicker at the end of the race on the soft tires than the guys finishing on the medium, so we'll have to look at
Oh
them.
yeah.
I think Tigaby with this strategy can definitely fight for a top 5 finish. I'll just say that right
Oh
now.
yeah.
My prediction.
Yeah. I think it'll be a little rocky between turn one and turn two, but I think we'll just have some minor damages, but nothing too very severe.
Well, hopefully everyone can make it out of the first lap.
Yeah. Yes, even though crashes can be very entertaining in a Formula One race, but of course you still want to see the drivers get away cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, they're entertaining for us, but not for the
Oh yeah,
drivers, so.
yeah. I may sound selfish, but you don't mind if I do the lights out?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Yep. All right. 5 red lights. It's lights out, and away we go. Sterling having an interesting start, following by Campbell right behind him. Ben going right down the inside between Sterling. Both Red Bulls still fighting off. And Ben just diving right down the inside, still side by side with Sterling. And Sterling looks like he had a better exit off the turn, and he will gladly take that position back. What a start from the Red Bulls!
We have a lot of cars here going side by side into turn 4.
Yeah, and Campbell just Ben double takeover from both Campbell and Sterling. What a move from him! Looks like Campbell's under pressure from Serga. But looks like he's gonna have the position until then.
Can anyone try to make a move into cops? I think I saw Mackin
Us-
overtaking Caesar.
I said,
Caesar's coming back.
Yeah, Caesar just losing his rear end.
Everyone going cleanly here through Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah, it looks like some still tight racing here as YH was getting under pressure from Caesar, but Caesar decided better of it and backed off.
Caesar is still very much just looking for that Sauber overtake.
Yeah, he looks like a man on a mission right now.
What a move by Ben, and what a great start from him to gain the lead after the first lap. Campbell as well, moving up to third. Caesar lost a lot of. Actually, he didn't lose a place at all. It was Sarja who gained two positions there.
Yeah, for right now we have Ben like in front of start. Sorry, English is not working for me today.
Yeah,
so we'll have Ben, Sterling, Campbell, Serga, and YH as the top 5 right now. It was a very impressive start. I was very glad all of them came clean, and right now I don't see any wing damage at all from any of the drivers, which is very impressive.
There didn't look to be any contact between the drivers in the first lap, so that's really impressive, I'll have to say.
Bottas just loses it. He came in contact with Tega, and now he's in the grass. Not something you want to see. Disappointing for the Renault.
Move. Fortunately, I didn't get to see that. But he does. It looks like he has damage.
Tega be just very aggressive with Ton. And he's coming right back in from the outside, and he will take back the position. And he's still side by side, and oh no, Ton, he also loses it. He's in the wall. He's
out of the race.
I just saw that. That was just unfortunate. Like Chuggaby just going very aggressive in the turn. He turns his turns right into him, and he loses it and gets in the wall. No.
I've seen that from Zero's point of view because he was having a little battle with Bree. There was a bit of contact made between the Force India and the Sauber drivers, but really unfortunate
Yeah.
for Wave to just hit the wall there.
And and we're having a battle
Almost
between
off
the
in a
Haas
straight.
and the Force India. So with Adventures and Serpo, but he will keep that position. Very impressive.
Wow. So after a really clean first lap, we had some carnage here.
Have some somehow just have some events, and the Red Bulls both actually pulling away from the crowd. Is Shap will have a 3-second penalty. Looks like he might have cut the corner, and he's gonna certainly have the DRS. He's gonna like switch around inside, still side by side with Ben, and Ben will keep the position for right now. I wonder if certainly is gonna still put him under pressure.
Campbell is
Not
has gotten really close to the two Red Bulls.
Yeah, this is what Campbell needs right now. Both these Red Bulls is
As he
going at
gets
each
the
other's
fastest
throats
lap.
right now. Oh, Sterling looking at the inside, took it but backed off in the last second. Do not blame him because if you go too aggressive, you'll end up losing it. It'll come in contact with Ben. So that was not a bad move from him.
Let's see what Campbell can do here with the DRS.
As
They have to keep
Tuggaby under
close.
pressure from Mark. Well, unfortunately for Mark, he will have DRS.
Hopefully Tigaby can keep it clean, and he won't take another Toro Rosso out.
Yeah, as I say, yeah, it did look like he was involved with two, and oh no, Ben with a 3-second time penalty. That's going to affect. Hopefully, that doesn't affect him during the end of the race.
There's still enough
That's
time for the others to pick up penalties as well.
Yeah, as I say, there'll be a lot of
And Sterling makes a move for first on the hanger straight. That's a great move. But Ben has a better exit. Can he come
it
back?
Just cuts, what? So he just came down like a torpedo. That was very nice of him.
So Sterling is again back in the lead of this race. Ben
But Ben will have DRS.
does have DRS.
Sterling had a way better exit from that turn. Ben's might be struggling just to keep up with him because they too have been very aggressive on here, so their tires are not going to be lasting that very long here.
Yeah, exactly. This battle between the Red Bulls is very profitable for Campbell. If he just keeps his distance and makes a move when he absolutely can, then he'll definitely be up there with a chance to
As I
win this
say,
race.
He might have to step back for quite a bit and let him recoup on his tires. Caesar with a 3-second penalty. So like I just said earlier, we're going to be seeing a lot of 3-second time penalties, kids. It's not that hard to get those here, but we'll just have to wait and see
It isn't
what the
that
rally
hard,
is going to be.
indeed, but you definitely have to be careful and just try not to get a penalty because it can definitely impact your race.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it still is very preventable, but it's not that hard.
It's not as easy to pick up a penalty as Canada, for example, but I do get what you mean. You could easily get a penalty right there to turn one.
I'll say Campbell is just right in the end of Ben here. Let me see we'll see if he'll end up making a move with the DRS. They may not look like it.
That gap is
still far back.
It's pretty constant between Campbell and Ben.
Yeah, and it doesn't help him neither that Ben is still still in the 1 second from Sterling, so he's gonna have DRS himself. So gonna put that's gonna put extra work in for Campbell.
We have a bit of a train going on up until 6th, with everyone trying to potentially make a move, and we have Caesar hitting the back of YYY.
YH just losing his grip in the turn and came into contact
And
with
he's
Caesar,
out of the
and
race.
he hits the wall. He's out.
Wow.
He was looking to the inside of Sturgun and the Williams, but loses his grip going too aggressive, comes in contact with Caesar, and just ends up just banging it into the wall. Ah.
I think Caesar was just
And
a bit too aggressive there. He shouldn't have just... First of all, he shouldn't have went into the back of YYY in the first place, but then he just kept going side by side with him, and eventually at the exit of Chapel, YYY lost it.
Not your idea of a passing turn, but by the looks of it, doesn't look like he has any wing damage from that.
If he doesn't, he is really lucky, because that was it was a pretty big impact between the Williams and the Sauber.
Yeah, he hit him pretty good.
Wow, so we already have two questionable events in this race, ending up with someone retiring.
Even though it's a dry race, we're still having a little bit of drama here and there.
I think it's a bit too much drama for the first 7 laps of this race.
Some unneeded drama.
I mean, it's always welcome for us, but it will be interesting to see.
So
Yeah, that, and it will be interesting to see whether these incidents will get reported to the stewards or not, because I think it's fair to say that they weren't the cleanest of battles between these drivers. The battle for second is still there. Campbell still in the DRS, Ben in the DRS as well. Nothing really happening. Let's look at the Haas. Mackin hits the back of Saja. Saja spins.
Just spun around. I bet he's fuming from that one.
Some more drama shaping up here.
Haas under pressure from the Force India, and they touch, and they're still side by side. They touched again.
Mackin just turns into the Force India.
Shab is on the gravel now. Like, who do you think was at fault for that one?
What was that? I was looking at Caesar's point of view, and to me it looked like the Haas just went straight into shape.
Yeah. I say they both were very aggressive in that turn. It was very unfortunate to see that. And Campbell's making a move on Ben. Ben is under pressure from the Mercedes.
A bit of contact,
McLaren.
but there's not much you can do there.
Yeah, they're still side by side. Who's gonna have the better exit?
It will be Campbell.
Oh, this is good racing.
Pushes Ben out, and Campbell moves up into second place. Good battle, but Ben will be there, and we'll still be in the DRS zone. Ooh, as I say that, Ben loses it on the curb. Well kept there by the Red Bull driver.
I say Sterling having a very good lead right now. He's now out of the DRS zone, which will give him some free air to breathe on.
The tires are starting to go off a bit, as we saw in Ben when he lost the back.
This is the part to where we should be starting to see some pits, and as I say that, Shap is exiting out of the pits himself.
That incident will have to be looked at, I would think, because I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything, but Mackin looked like he hit him and he knew what he was doing.
It it did look like, or he might have just misjudged the turn and just came in contact with him. But like you said, don't want to accuse anyone from anything. We would like to give drivers here the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly, and you know, we're not the ones that get to judge these incidents. We'll let that to the
No,
stewards to decide.
that is the stewards to judge on them.
But we do have to, I guess, talk about them a little bit. Zero
Oh no.
5 second stop go penalty. So the Force Indias are not having their best race at the moment. The good thing is,
it is.
everyone who finishes will get a point. So
Oh yeah.
there's that.
It is very easy to get a 5 second stop go penalty from there because you're going very aggressive in the pit lane. If you don't brake hard enough or early enough, you're just like speeding in the pit lane.
RJ in the comments does have a good point, and it could very well have been desync. That incident between Shape and Mackin. Well, desync seems to always be the correct answer in this game. So
It's yeah. When I did my league race here just last week, a driver got very mad at me because I pushed him outside. But in my point of view, nothing happened, and even the stewards have said it was just a desync, so there was nothing they can do from that.
yeah, so it could have been that. So we shouldn't jump to conclusions right now.
Yep.
Mackin goes into the pits,
Yes.
and people are starting to come in. We see Saja entering the pit lane as well.
Yep, Sterling. You know, this actually might work very well for Campbell too. Just pitting right behind a Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what Ben does, because if Ben can pull off an overcut from these guys, then Campbell's strategy isn't the best.
Let's say we just have to wait and see how the undercut works.
The undercut should work here, and we do have a really long pit lane, so it will be interesting to see where everybody comes out.
Yeah, one of the longest ones in the calendar. Shap will actually go for the fastest lap on the medium compounds.
Well, he is on fresh mediums, just having those tires warmed up. And it's really unfortunate for the two Force India guys. I can feel for them, and for Bastos as well. All of them getting into their own incidents. Zero has a 5 second stop go penalty, so
Yeah,
not going great.
If he does end up pitting, he will have to serve that penalty. As Ben goes into the
Let's see where Ben will come out.
I'll right on board here with Sterling and see how he'll do. As Ben still not reaching to his pit lane.
It is a really long pit lane, so.
Yeah. As Campbell just still like right in the back of Sterling. And here comes Sterling to the straightaway. Let's see if the undercut will work. And no, it does not. Sterling and Campbell would just go straight ahead. That will have to cost him a little bit of time.
Ben lost some time, definitely. We see that gap. Oh, well, 2 second gap between Campbell and Ben.
And to be fair, and oh,
Bastos is out.
What happened there? And oh, Sterling and Campbell just come in contact with one another. They're still side by side. Sterling is just not giving up. He is a fighter and come in contact again with Campbell. Still side by side for the straightaway. No DRS. Oh man. Keep it clean, boys.
That did look like desync to me. So.
Ugh. In my screen, it almost looked like Sterling was about to turn into him, but I could be wrong as we have a yellow flag as sector 2.
Sterling will want to come back as fast as he can, and he makes the move here.
Oh, a little. He
It's
got
a
a
good
little
exit.
rub on
Can
him.
he overtake Campbell into turn 16? Oof, Campbell is really, really holding him off here. He gets the
Yeah, they're still
better
side by
exit.
side, and looks like Sterling might have lost his back end a little bit, which gives Campbell a better exit.
Oof, a bit of a lockup by Campbell. They're still very much one into the other. Sterling will have DRS again. Can he try anything? He is too far away from Campbell, so I think the McLaren driver is safe for now. And the thing is, Ben didn't really get to benefit from this either. The gap is still 2.5 seconds, so not much time gained for him. I want to see where the guys that are currently on the reverse strategy. So the top three, the current top three. I want to see where they come out after they pit.
Kind of looks bad for Sterling because he's used up most of his ERS deployment, and Campbell has still plenty to offer as he's going to trying to move to the outside. Still side by side, clips the glass. It just goes
really
wide.
Ooh!
Oh,
what happened there?
Wow. Sterling might have clipped Campbell, lose his grip a little bit, and he will take the position from him. I wouldn't say that would be the cleanest race, but Campbell would have more ERS deployment.
That was
definitely gonna try to make a move.
I think that was desync as well. That was one of the clearest examples of desync that I've seen in this race.
Yeah, that's a great example of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but then again, Campbell still has a great chance at getting past Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling
pushes him really wide.
Yeah.
That wasn't a clean move.
He was defending hard in the inside.
Really,
Sterling, he's just trying desperately to hold on to that position.
I think it was really, really good for Campbell to look at Sterling's movement, and he went wide with him. Didn't try to cut into the corner because they would have had contact then. So Campbell made a pretty smart choice by backing off there, because he knows he has plenty of chances to overtake, as we see right here with the DRS.
Yep.
Goes on the outside. Will probably block the inside as he... No, he does not. He pushes Sterling just a bit, but it's a clean move and Campbell is back into fourth.
Yeah, these two definitely putting up a show for everyone.
And it's a good example of great racing, because this was a really clean battle for the most part. Nothing really happened that was their fault, because you know the game can do stuff to you.
So the old glorious code masters.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they're the only ones making F1 games, so we have to appreciate them for that.
Oh yeah. Ooh, Campbell locked up his brakes there. Gives Sterling a very good exit from there. Still gives him the opportunity to be very aggressive towards Campbell. Let's see if he's going to try to save some of his ERS deployments during these chicanes, in which this track can be very kind when it comes to the ERS deployment.
If you know when to use the most DRS and when to save it, yeah, you're not gonna have any trouble.
Go around the outside, clips the glass again. Doesn't look like he had the best of exits, but he's still side by side with Campbell. He has the advantage of the inside.
A bit of contact. Sterling did lock up there. Wow, so they're still going on. They're still
He,
fighting. Mark is the first guy to start on the medium tires that has entered the pits.
oh, yep, Mark. Yeah, Mark has pitted. I just now realized that.
And I think he will exit just in front of Saja. No, he exits behind him. So Mark goes out of the pits in 9th place. It'll be interesting to see when Tigaby and Bree will come into the pits.
As Ventures, he's just a second away from Ben. I'm gonna have to see if he's gonna be catching up anytime soon to him. Gonna be some interesting racing between the Mercedes and Red Bull. Oh no, the Haas and the Red Bull.
Speaking about Mercedes, Tigaby has entered the pits, so this will be the thing to watch. Sterling again making a move on Campbell. And Campbell defense. Ooh, what a great switchback by Sterling.
And
Sterling is back into third.
Brakes again.
What a great move by Sterling there. He anticipated the way that Campbell is gonna
and
defend.
Oh no, he has a 3-second time penalty. Something you don't want to see when you're in the top 3 is a penalty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As Adventures it's actually caught up to Ben, like very surprisingly, and oh no, this is not gonna be clean again.
Sterling locked up,
wow.
Hit Campbell again. Ooh. I don't think there's any damage to the Red Bull.
Yeah. And he just darts and what's happened with Campbell? What happened? Just slowing down.
I'm not sure what that was.
And he's still slowing down. What? Man.
This is really weird because
I'd say because engine failure is not very common in multiplayer. In fact, impossible.
I've never seen that, so it's really weird.
He might just lost his bearing and just had to back off, and he just kind of. I'm not sure what happened.
I don't think that's the case. I mean, that would be really weird if that happened. When Mac can make a move for a second.
Yes.
Really hard dive bomb.
Side by side. Oh, he's gonna pull the old switcheroo. No, he does not. Ben actually
really good
pulls
defending
out
from
very
Ben.
better.
But Mackin will have DRS.
Yeah, Ben in a better position with the ERS deployment. He has more to burn than Sterling.
Wow, so Campbell is completely out of this battle. Just like that.
Yeah.
Still not sure what happened.
I think he's just hitting himself now. Like, I don't know what happened.
I think there's something must be wrong with either his wheel or his pedals, because that's just something that you don't see.
That might be the case. He might have some technical issues with his wheel or pedals. That's because he was heavily slowing down. He was steering fine. I think it was just his pedals that he was having an issue with.
Tigaby makes a nice move. And Caesar
and Ben
does come back.
Going right down the inside, takes the lead of the British Grand Prix. Brilliant move from him.
Now, I would say you don't have to count. You shouldn't count Tigaby out of this battle because he is just 2.7 seconds away from Mackin, and he will be there in a couple of laps. I think Tigaby might actually have a great chance at winning this
Sterling
British
just
Grand Prix.
goes right down the inside of Campbell, comes in contact.
This is really good for Mackin. Ooh, Digby picks up the 3-second time penalty just as I was talking about him winning. So yeah, that tends to happen.
And Sterling has the better exit and gets in front of Ben. Very good move from him. As Adventures is just right in the tail of both the Red Bulls. I wonder if he's going to be trying to make a move of the straightaway, but that's probably going to be the case. For Ben, will have DRS and Campbell out. What has happened there? He might have pitted it on the wall.
I don't think he hit the wall. I think it was just... Oh, Sarja! No, Campbell retired on track.
Sarja, what happened?
Campbell's McLaren is still on track.
Oh yeah, he has pitted in the grass.
Oh no. And I think Sarja did the same as well.
Oh no, Sarja was the one who pitted. I don't know where Campbell was at, as we got a yellow.
Campbell was still his car was still going around going down the track, so I think he did retire on track.
He might have he might have crashed it somewhere, or he just got fed up.
I think that's the case, because he definitely had a really good chance at winning, and then something happened. We don't know what exactly. So yeah. And by the time that was happening, Mackin is now to second place, and Ben picks up yet another 3-second time penalty, so that's not looking good for him at all.
Oh. Ibo just noticed the sneeze from earlier.
Oh, did you sneeze?
I think just a few laps ago.
Well, bless you. I couldn't possibly have noticed that. I was really concentrating on the battles. I'm sorry about that.
Difficult.
Sorry for not noticing.
Well, I didn't see Adventures make the move on Ben.
Well, you could see him make a move on Sterling in just a few moments. Sterling seems to really struggle. As I say that, Mackin just almost loses his car, and Ben will have a really good run.
It says that machining was desyncing because the incident with Serga looked very dodgy. So I think it's desync. So that might have been what happened.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone over this before, so I don't think we have to bring the discussion back. It definitely could have been desync, so that's that. We just have to look at what these guys are doing, because Tiggerby is now just right in the back of Ben's Red Bull.
Sterling's going to be in trouble here because he's completely drained out from ERS deployment, or I might be wrong. Might be wrong here, and I might be different in his point of view.
Let's see what Tiggerby can do. Ben and Mackin have their little battle. Ben is back into second, and now Tiggerby with the DRS. Can he make a move on both of them? He makes a move on...
As Adventures goes straight wide, still side by side with Tiggerby, and he just makes the move. What a trooper right there.
Mackin didn't want to give away that position at any cost. But now, Tiggerby covers off the inside there really well.
Yes, yeah, as Adventures trying desperately to get past, and like Caesar has finally catched up. Now we have a little bit of a train going on here now.
Well, Tiggerby is just gonna probably get past Ben in a few moments here. Ben will try to defend.
It's gonna be going to a dangerous route there, trying to look at the inside of Ben.
Overtaking at Maggots is not necessarily the best place to do it, as Caesar does get in front of the Haas. Can Mackin do anything?
Oh, and he
Doesn't
just
look like he can. That's a really good exit though.
looks. Yeah, Caesar
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 kind
had a
of
better entry,
moving all over the way
and
there.
Machine had a better. Oof, still, and Caesar will start pulling away a little bit from that until the next DRS zone. And
The
as
one
you can
that's
see here,
the one that's actually pulling away is Sterling, and he is looking really good. Oh, and Caesar has
oh
hit the
no,
wall.
Caesar, he spun. He's oh no, that's his race just gone and over.
So something happened between him and Mackin as Tigabee gets the move done on Ben and is now into second place. Will Tigabee catch Sterling? That's the main question.
As the Sterling is just pulling away.
And does
He's
Sterling
probably
actually
like,
have any penalties?
uh, let let's look here. Uh, oh, oh, here we go. Let's see here. Ben has a 3-second penalty.
I think Ben has about
Uh,
6 seconds if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe he does.
I know Tigabee has 3 seconds, but I'm not sure about Sterling.
Ben does have a 6-second. Sterling has 2 warnings.
Alright.
Let me see here. It's not looking like he does.
So Sterling just has to
Oh
basically...
no, actually he does. He does have a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, so Tigabee has a chance.
Oh no, Ben has a 9-second penalty. That is not gonna go well, and plus he recently just had another warning. So if he does not want the 12 seconds, he better be careful.
So basically Sterling just has to keep it clean for the last 3 laps, and he will win this this Grand Prix, because Tigabee does have 3 seconds of penalties, and even if he overtakes Sterling, which granted is pretty difficult, he won't have enough time to put that gap, that 3-second gap, over him. So Sterling is looking really good at the moment. No real battles going out on track right now. Ben is struggling to catch up to Tigabee and put some distance between him and Mackin.
Yeah, I say Tigabee and Sterling are actually matched when it comes to time penalty. It just depends on who can get in front of whom.
It's gonna be difficult for Tigabee. It definitely will. Now looking at Mark, he is getting close to the Force India shape for 6th place.
He did not have a good entry there. And you could just see from that Force India pulling away.
There's still enough time. 2 laps left. You can still make the move. I'll just sit on board with Mark. Hopefully I don't jinx him.
Oh, you're commenting.
As I say, looks like we're not going to be having any other battles left here for the rest of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, the race has finally calmed down after 25 laps. We've had a lot of incidents, and Sarja has just put in the chat that Campbell's retired AI car just hit him and took him out. So Campbell is not looking good in terms of penalties after this race, because we specifically told everyone to not retire on track.
Yeah, I think we had one DNF on the track during qualifying, and then two during the race. So the stewards might have to be looking at that as Sterling started the final lap.
I think it was only one during the race. I think only Campbell did that because we know Sarja just got got destroyed by the McLaren. Wave and YYY hit the wall and then Bastos, I think. I'm not sure what happened to him.
Oh
But yeah, we are in the final lap of this race. It has been a rather interesting Grand Prix.
yeah, a very dramatic one, and
Yeah, a lot of drama at the start in the first 10 laps, and then some more drama towards the end. There will be a lot of
there was a lot.
discussion in the chat.
Yeah, there has just been a lot of, because we've had five DNFs, and we've just been seeing nothing but constant battling, especially with Sterling, since he was just holding on to his position for the entire race. So it was quite impressive to see him with that.
It
As we
was
see him come.
it was a really impressive drive from Sterling, and let's just go on board with him as he goes out of turn 18 and wins
And
this
he will win.
British Grand Prix.
A very impressive finish with him. That was give us a spectacle, and Adventures does not.
Brie gets a podium.
Yes, he gets a podium.
Well,
Unbelievable.
it wasn't a last to first, but it was a last to third. What a great result for Brie.
What a trooper him. Wow. Did not expect that.
As Mark gets into sixth, he does finally get in front of Shake after the penalties.
He actually didn't get any penalties throughout the race.
He definitely hasn't, because he would not have been there if he had. So Brie with the third place finish, Tigaby starting 11th, finishing second. It's hard to call the driver of the day out of basically every driver on the podium deserves the award today.
Yeah.
And Caesar picks up the fastest lap. Well done to him.
I will have to say I'll give Tigaby driver of the day for him just coming up from the very bottom and having a fantastic finish at second place. And I think Sterling will be right behind him with that, from holding on to his position for the entirety of the race. Well, I bet his fingers are blistering now.
At least he is happy. So we do see here that Brie did not get any penalty at all, and for that reason alone, I'm gonna say that for me, Brie is the driver of the day. Starting last, just no lap in qualifying, unfortunately for him. He picks up the podium, finishing third. Really impressive drive from him. Sterling and Tigaby, congratulations to them. Sterling didn't have his easiest victory here. He had to fight for it, and he managed to win it. And Tigaby, just an amazing drive.
Biggest loser has to definitely go down to Campbell. Just not sure what just happened with him. He was very great for the entirety of the race, and then just that happened, and it's just something you just don't want to see with a lead car. But
well, I mean, it wasn't something that he wanted to do. It wasn't on purpose for sure, because that looked really strange from the McLaren driver. But yeah, we've had an eventful race, even if we didn't have the rain that we wanted at the beginning. We still had some fun here.
Plenty of drama.
Definitely. Hopefully we'll see that next week at Hockenheim in Germany. If I'm not mistaken, I have to check that because I haven't. I don't know the calendar by heart, so let me just check to make sure. I don't want to make any mistakes. And yeah, looking
which
on the Discord chat, Campbell has just put that his wheel wasn't recognizing any of his button presses. So I was right with
oh
that.
no.
It was
Yeah, you're
a
right. It's
technical problem.
Hockenheim.
Awesome. So my memory is not that bad.
Yep. But it's from from me, Ghost, and Robert and I. Well, we'll see you next week in Germany.
We definitely will, and hopefully we'll have some rain there. Hopefully. Yeah. See you guys.
Hopefully.